Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So this video today is going to be a little bit more chill and mellow. I don't know if you could tell by like my stuffed animals in the background and just like the ambiance of this video. I even have like my Christmas LED lights on. I'm not going to flip the camera, but just trust me. Trust that I do. But yeah, so today this video I'm really excited for because I have always fantasized of a dream self. I'm pretty sure everyone has. Since I was little, always had like an idealized version of myself. Mind you, I'm very like, I don't know if you could tell, but I have like a very childish side of me. And so when I think of a dream self, although this is not a literal representation, I think of something like I'm going to show you now. I think of something like this, like a fairy or like a mermaid, some type of mystical outer worldly being. Just because I don't know why, but I really resonate with medium and genres that emulate this like whimsical and fantastical element. Like for example, anime. I'm a huge anime fan. I just love things like things that makes me want to imagine the world in like a completely different way. I love things like that. But yeah, so we're going to get into how to become your dream self and talk a little bit about my middle school history because I want you guys to truly understand that although, I'm still growing, I'm still becoming my ideal version of myself, I have grown a lot. I have matured a lot and evolved. And I think this is all because of my mindset changing. We're going to talk more about this later in this video of how to actually become your dream self. But before, I'm going to give you a history of Akila. Let's start in middle school. So in middle school, Akila was very shy, very socially awkward, and had poor communication skills. I don't know if you guys could tell. People say I give off this vibe, but I am the only child. And I think my lack of siblings, not my lack, the lack of siblings I had was one of the reasons why it was hard for me to communicate. I also think it was hard for me to communicate because I grew up with a lot of people that was older than me. And although I attended school with people my same age, outside of school, I was always around with, well, I was surrounded by my parents 24/7. And also within the communities I was involved with, there was always like teenagers. And I was like one of like the two or three kids of my age. So I wasn't surrounded by people that I could actually relate to. Also, like I mentioned before, I loved anime and just like these childish like things. And a lot of people within my community unfortunately did not share the same interests as me. And by nature, people aren't going to hang out with you if they don't like the things you like. That's like a natural thing, right? But in middle school, I catastrophize like the moments when people ostracize me, and I just thought I was deemed to not be able to establish um good and solid like friendships. So I just identified with this like weird girl persona. I guess it was more of a survival mechanism because I think I thought that if I expected people to just naturally not want to hang out with me or talk or care about me, then it would be easier for me to cope when I experience people not wanting to talk to me again. So I think that's really why I identified with that like weird girl trope identity. But yeah, and oh, another reason why I think it was hard for me to communicate is because, like I mentioned before, I grew up in a Christian household, and I remember that there would be times in service where we discussed that if you are in the Christian walk and living life as a Christian, then there'll be moments where negative forces, I guess, tempt you and try to like attack you or approach you. And in my middle school mind, I distorted that message and believed that negative forces were just out to get me. So I would say I was a little paranoid as a child. I slept with my parents until I was like 14, 15. Let's not say 15. I don't know the age. I just know it was like around the 14, 15-ish age. But for the sake of not being embarrassed, I'm going to say 13. Let's just say 13. But yeah, 13, which is like bizarre. Thinking about that now, it's like, what? But I was paranoid. I was scared of the dark. I was scared of going to the basement alone. I guess that is valid. No child wanted to go to the basement alone. But I was like extremely paranoid. And what's worse is that the people that I've encountered, I also thought that they were like demons in disguise, like negative forces in disguise, trying to get me, trying to sneak up on me. Um, which was such a weird mindset, especially at that young age. Like, yeah, that was terrible. Terrible mindset to have, but I'm so grateful that I grew out of that. But yeah, that's another reason why it was hard for me to communicate. Um, let's see. That's all on the top of my head right now. Also, another reason why it was hard for me to communicate. I'm not gonna put up any middle school pictures of me. I was thinking of doing it just for the reference, but I don't want to disrespect. Not to say it's disrespectful, but I really love and cherish my middle school self, so I don't want to put her up on the internet. But people used to tease me about my appearance. Mind you, I was not a ugly kid. Like in my middle school mind, I thought I was just this hideous gremlin being. But I was not ugly. I was actually kind of cute. In middle school, I had like a tomboyish phase. If I trust you, you would know I had a tomboyish boyish phase in middle school, which seems so unlike me because duh, like, but yeah, I did. And I was not in touch with like my femininity. I thought I was this like ugly being. I didn't even like the tomboy style. I guess I just wore it as a way to like disguise my feminine female features. I had a weird era in middle school. Let's not get into that. But yeah, and in my other videos I talked about this, but I became really obsessed with wanting to be this like attractive, desirable girl in middle school because I didn't feel that validated during middle school. I didn't really feel that cared for and loved. Although I did have a loving household, loving parents, I just felt super insecure, super lonely, and I thought that being attractive was like my key to success. I thought being attractive would make me like this magnet to like not only guys but like girls, to everyone. And I thought if I was attractive I would instantly have friends and I would be this popular girl, blah 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 blah. And I just had a really distorted view of the world. So I remember I would spend like, I'm not even gonna lie, days, not full days, but like the majority of the day in my bathroom, like hyperfixating, analyzing all of my features and saying, yep, this feature we're going to get plastic surgery. This feature we're going to just snip it with a scissor. I don't know. I was very self-critical when I was in middle school, and yeah, I was obsessed with being attractive. And oh, one thing, if you're under 14, you should not care about being attractive. Actually, if you're 14, I encourage you to be unattractive and embrace being ugly because come on now, like you're a kid. You don't have to be like in middle school. I want to be hot. But guys, you're a kid. Like you don't have to be attractive if you're a kid. You don't have to be slim thick with a 30-inch bust down if you're like 13. Like what are you doing? That's a different topic for another story, but I would tell my middle school self like, girl, go read a comic. Go play Yandere Simulator in the basement. Like, why are you so focused in being this like hot girl trope? Like, do something else with your life. But yeah, that's definitely another reason why it was hard for me to communicate. Yeah. Um But now I would say I definitely have evolved into the person that I want to be. And of course, I'm still growing, but I've definitely took like a lot of steps and I've definitely made significant progress into shaping my reality and my life in the way that I desire. So, we're going to get into how you could shape your life to your dream self, your dream reality. And I hope you guys aren't looking for elaborate explanation because this is something very easy to do. This does not require a lot of thought. Um, well, it does require self reflection, but we're going to get into how you could become your dream self. But before we even talk about how to become your dream self, in order to become your dream self, you have to realize that there is no self to begin with. And I'm going to explain this a little more. So, I'm going to use my middle school example. In middle school, I deemed myself to be this weird girl, right? And of course, not everyone in the world thought Akila was this dork, but I thought this to be true only because I catastrophized a few negative experiences in my life, which goes to show that my identity had nothing to do with me because I allowed external factors to influence my perception of myself. And when I realized that my identity, my perception of myself, had nothing to do with me and was only influenced by my occurrences, it helped me understand that wait, I am in control of my perception of not only myself, but the way I appear to people. And of course, you can't control other people's perception of you, but if you change the way you see yourself, naturally people will see you in a different and hopefully a more positive light if you choose to show yourself as a positive and outgoing person. And once I realized that, it made me understand that I could literally shift myself and shift my reality with a snap of my finger once I changed the way I perceive not only the world but myself. And as I got older and matured, I realized that I had no need to cling on to this identity of mine, this middle school persona that I believed I was. I had no reason to deem myself as this weird, unattractive, worthless being. It didn't serve me. And that's when I shaped myself to become my dream self. I started engaging in more activities and more actions that reflected this dream self of mine. I wanted to attend all my classes on time. So, guess what? I went to bed in a timely fashion. I wanted to get good grades. And guess what? I studied. I wanted to inspire people through my personal experiences. So, guess what? I started this channel. And I know that might all sound like super simple, but it's hard to indulge in actions that are aligned with your dream self if you are under the impression that that dream reality is unattainable. It was only till I saw that my dream life was attainable and that I could actually become the person that I wanted to be, then I started to indulge in more actions reflecting that idealized self. And you guys could do this too. Becoming your dream self is literally so simple. All you literally have to do is act as if you are that person already. Because if you perceive yourself as worthless and incompetent, then how do you expect to actually produce your desired outcome? You literally have to have confidence and faith in yourself in order to produce your ideal outcome. And it does sound simple, but it does require you to self reflect. Because at times we attach negative outcomes to our identity in such a strong manner that we really think we are worthless. But guys, what is so different about you that you can't achieve the things that you want to? We are living in a limitless reality, and the only thing that's separating you and your dream life is actions. Actions you have to take to produce that life. If you want your dream life, act as if you have already obtained it. And if you want to become your idealized self, act as if you are that. Once you realize that your dream self isn't uttered from you, but is actually within you, something that you can obtain through vibrating at a higher frequency that is more aligned with your dream self, then it will be much more easier for you to indulge in actions and content and attract people that aligns with that dream self, that dream reality. I understand that the fear of failure could be debilitating. Oh, did I say that word right? But yeah, the fear of failure sucks. But guys, imagine being older and realizing that you didn't achieve your dreams just because you were afraid to do it. Like, do you realize how much that would suck? In your deathbed, knowing that you had all this potential to actually achieve your dream, and you didn't want to do it because you were afraid that you would be ridiculed, you were afraid that people would not like you, that you would fail. Who cares that you will fail? Like, guys, do you understand that in order to achieve your dream self, you are going to fail a couple of times? Actually, maybe more than a couple of times. Like, failure isn't an option, it's bound to happen. You're bound to fail if you're going to try to achieve anything in your life. That's just the natural course of things. But there's going to be a time where, after all those failures, you will succeed. If you invest enough time and effort into something, you will succeed. It is a fact. You just have to actually want to achieve that thing. You can't just half heartedly do it. But that's really it. Like, being your dream self is simple. You guys probably expected a elaborate explanation, but in order to become your dream self, you just have to act as if you have already obtained it. And I can't give you more details on that because I don't know what your dream self is. I don't know what your dream reality looks like, but you know. And it's up to you alone to achieve that dream self. So, guys, after watching this video, I encourage you to start taking actions as if you have that dream self. Don't wait until tomorrow. Get up and do something. Get up and make something shake. Get up off your phone after you watch this video, of course, and hit the like button and start doing things that your dream self would. And it starts with the minor things. You probably haven't showered or brushed your teeth. Go do that. Go do that. But yeah, guys, I hope this helps and I hope this encouraged you to stop vibrating at a low frequency and actually become your element. Become the person you want to be. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. See you.